Alright guys, I know what you're thinking. Oh, he hasn't posted in forever. He probably got rid of the car or something like that. No, still have it. That's what it looks like now. Sorry I haven't been posting much. Been kind of just doing little things here and there. Not really anything crazy. But what we're doing now is we are taking the headliner and everything out of the car because I'm doing the sunroof delete. But we'll do a quick little walk around the car since you haven't seen it in a long time. Got the hood exit, hood pins in. Still basically looks the same for the most part. Still isn't tuned yet, but still some stuff I want to get done first. Just leave those sitting right there. Just leave them sit. Okay. Alright. So basically what I'm going to be doing today is taking the A, B, and C pillars out and the headliner out so I can delete the sunroof. So I'll get back to you when I figure out what tools I need and stuff. Alright guys, I got the headliner out. Basically what you do is you just, this shit's all snapped in, so you just snap that out. And then to get the sunroof out, you gotta take these little clips off here that are for the drain for the sunroof. Pop these off. There should be one in each corner, and then you just go around and there's 10mm bolts pretty much all the way through to the back, and then the harness for the motor and all that, and then it should just drop right out. Should. So we'll see all how that works. I'm gonna quick pull these bolts real quick and the drains and drop this out, and we'll see if there's anything left. Alright guys, sunroof is out. Don't do this shit when you're by yourself, because that sunroof weighs a lot more than I imagined it was gonna weigh. So I'm like holding it up and I take the other bolt off, the last bolt, and it just about dropped on my head. But this is the main reason. Everybody's like, oh, why are you gonna take your sunroof out? This is why. You can see all the rust in here, which was causing this thing to leak into my car. I mean, there's just rust everywhere. I mean, peekaboo. This is why, for one reason. Two, the car's gutted. The sunroof weighs a good, I don't even know. I'm going to grab the scale in a little bit and we're going to weigh it out. But it's pretty heavy. So throw a sheet on top of that, rivet it on with some sealer, and be good to go. So now I'm going to run into the house and rust just falls off of it. I'm going to run the house. I'm going to grab the scale and I'm going to weigh this out real quick and see how much it weighs. Alright, so scale, and it is on. I'll kind of take this thing and walk it over here. £37. It's pretty heavy. That's pretty fucking heavy for something that literally does nothing. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna clean up in the car, get all the tools cleaned up and shit like that. Then I gotta run to Lowe's, pick up a sheet of metal to go over top of this and get to cutting. riveting whatever I need to do, and hopefully I should be able to record a good part of that. Because since it's just me by myself, it's kind of hard for me to hold the camera and hold a 37-pound sunroof up. But let me show you guys here. Before it had a full exhaust on it, but now it's got an up pipe. The intercooler situation is all figured out. I had to cut the lower rad support off, as you can see right there, because the way the intercooler sits and everything, it wasn't happening. So the intercooler's all ready. I just got to tighten up these 2 clamps right here, which I'm not in a hurry to do. I also drilled and tapped the turbo for a vacuum source for the wastegate, so I don't have to use up 150 vacuum ports at the end of this, at the back of this Golden Eagle manifold. It's kind of a pain in the ass running, 100 vacuum lines all the way back. So at the end of the day, the only vacuum line that should be back here is for the catch can that goes to the PVC, fuel pressure regulator, and blow-off valve, I think, are the only lines that are going to be there all said and done, because this is the stock map sensor, which I'm not running. I have a K-tuned 4-bar now, so that this is going to go. That's fuel pressure regulator. This is boost, blow-off valve. Oh, and boost gauge. I have a boost gauge line back here too. So I'll turn this all back on and everything as soon as I get back from Lowe's, and we'll get this shit done. Hopefully the weather stays off until we're done, because it's looking pretty shitty out. So I'm really hoping that it doesn't start pouring out of nowhere. But yep, so here's garbage. I mean, it's a lot more rusted than I thought. I always wondered why after it rained or snowed or something like that and the car sat for a little bit, I'd get pooling of water everywhere, like on the carpet. The carpet gets soaked, and I could never find anywhere that it was leaking from or anything like that. So that's where it's coming from. Now I know. And I also cut the back half of the interior plastics off, and body armored or whatever, truck coated the trunk. Everything's a mess right now because I've been working on it here and there and just kind of leaving it a mess, not really messing around, cleaning it all up. So I'm gonna clean it all up, and then head to Lowe's, pick me up a good piece of sheet of metal. Still got to tuck my ECU and my fuse box. I got to clean all that up before I take it to the tuners and all that, but it'll get there eventually. I know I'm just kind of getting impatient to take it for a tune, but I want to make sure I got everything I want to do. I want to make sure it's done before I take it. So then, because I mean the tuner's 2.5 hours away, and I don't want to have to take it back there if I change something else, if throw the tune off or whatever. So I'm just kind of taking my time. So I'll get back to you guys as soon as I get back from Lowe's. Alright, so just leaving Lowe's right now. I got the sheet of metal for the sunroof. It is 24 by 48, and it's 22. It should be 22 gauge, I think. Yeah, 22 gauge, which is perfect for what I'm doing with it. And I also picked up some longer rivets, because I already have rivets, but they're not quite this long. So I just want to make sure that it's getting, that it grabs perfect. And I have some sealer already at the house that I can use to throw on a little bit just to make sure it doesn't leak. So let's go home, trace it out and get it on. I made it home. Now what I did is I laid the sheet on the roof of the car. I'm gonna take the Sharpie and I'm gonna trace all the way around, make an outline, and then I'm gonna measure 2 inches from the outline, or an inch, inch and a half, something, maybe just an inch from the outline, and make my cut all the way around, an inch around the actual outline, so that'll give me enough room to rivet it to the roof. So I'm gonna make my outline real quick and measure the 2 inches or inch and a half, whatever looks better, and I'll turn this back on and we'll get to cutting. Got it cut out, got all the holes 2 inches apart, so they're all even, marked in the center. Now I just gotta drill it, clean it up. What you doing over here? Peeling some tents, bro. So now I'm just gonna drill these out, call it a day. Alright guys, I got it all done. The sunroof delete is now finished. I didn't really do much recording on it, but basically I lined it up on the roof. I drilled the holes. And then when I drilled all the holes, I took it off and I primered the underside of the cap, and then I primered all around where I drilled the holes at so it wouldn't rust, and I put it back on, and 50 some rivets later, and this is what it looks like. See if I can. I'm gonna bring it inside so you can see what it looks like from the inside. Alright, this is what it looks like from the inside. I had the extra long rivets because there's basically two plies of material to rivet it to. But it's nice and sturdy, it's not bendy, it's nice and strong, looks damn good. Next thing I gotta do is seal it from underneath. I'm gonna run a bead right in here all the way around, so then all this will seal up, so then no water will get into the car. There might still be water that might seep into here, in between here and everything, but it's not going to get in the car, and that's all I'm really worried about. This car is not a show car, never was intended to be a show car, so that I really don't give a shit about. So alright guys, that's basically it. That's how you get the that's how you delete your sunroof. It's pretty simple. The tool that I used to do the cutting, there's some metal right there. It is put away, I think. I'll show you guys. Is right here. There's Pops' dune buggy right there. Alright, this is the tool I use to do the cutting. It's basically like a snip that goes up and down really fast in there, and it gives you a real nice clean cut. If we had a bigger air compressor, it probably would have took a little bit less time, but this thing is fucking awesome. Perfect cuts almost every time out of that. So yeah, give the video a like, comment if you got any questions, anything you want me to do a video on specifically. If you're into DA Integras and you know there's a video you can't seem to find on the forums or something like that, or just anything in general, just let me know and I'll do what I can to help y'all out. Alright guys, peace.